So we're gonna be offering to you the ultimate way to be able to make fresh popcorn that tastes amazing. This is a product that's brought to us by Lekue. And here joining us to tell us all about this perfect way to make delicious popcorn is Stephanie Roberts, who's a culinary expert, but she's also a health and fitness expert. So this is perfect for you.
This is so fun. Like, popcorn came back onto the menu in our house because, you know, we got off it for a little bit.
Yes.
Air poppers, the actual ones that sat on the counter, kind of went out of style, and I got tired of having too many appliances around. Then Lekue comes up with the platinum silicone level of a popcorn maker. What that means is this is a high quality silicone. It comes to you like this, not gonna take up a lot of room in the cupboard. We have a lid, and then look how easy this pops right up. This is where we put our popcorn. If you look deep in there, there's actually 2 different rings way at the bottom there. You filled with the first ring for a 1/4 cup, filled with the second ring, it's a 1/2 cup, and that's all you need to know. Because when you make air popped popcorn, it's clean. It's a healthy snack. Popcorn is about 30 calories for 1 cup of popped. It is low in carbs. It is high in fiber. It actually has some protein in it because I checked the nutrition information. So when we start to think about snack foods,
it's the perfect snack.
It is the perfect snack food. And you know, this time of year, we're probably starting to fall off our healthy eating plan just a little bit.
Stick with the popcorn.
That's right, because you know what? You can mindlessly just snack on it, and it's not gonna do your healthy eating plan in.
And if you have a little bit of a heartier appetite, you know, 30 calories a cup really allows you to be able to have a little bit extra.
A little bit more, and you know,
without all the guilt.
We're gonna put some goodies on it that can change the flavor and that can even boost it a little bit more. So once we've got the popcorn in, we put the lid right on top, and then it's into the microwave. And of course, the lid will be rising as the popcorn comes.
So we're making it the old-fashioned way, the way that we used to do it on top of the stove with a pot and pan, but this time in the convenience of a microwave. And so it's only gonna take about a minute or so to be able to pop the popcorn, but now you don't have the guilt of using the stuff that's in the bag in the department stores.
And we're gonna look at that bag.
And we've all seen those news stories, haven't we?
Look at that.
With how bad that stuff is for you. And popcorn, as you've talked about, low calories, high fiber.
Exactly.
Allowing you to be able to have that perfect crunch of a snack. And there's so many different ingredients that you can add.
There's lots of different things you can do to make it fun. One of the things I love about the Lekue popcorn maker, though, is that it's getting all those kernels popped.
Yes.
We do not end up with a big pile on the bottom. You're saying, you forget that air pop popcorn has a different texture. It's like lighter and fluffier, and you can tell that there is nothing weighing it down. Now, all right, this is gonna weigh it down just a little bit, but I do wanna show you that when you do this yourself and you make your own creations, you can doll it up a little bit, and you know what? All right, I'm adding a little bit of sugar. Those are the candy melts that we have melted down, but if you wanted to do something fun for Valentine's Day, I assure you that what we just did is way more healthy than a big bag of candy, than a big pile of cupcakes. You know, you can have a little fun, a little color, a little sugar, and still keep it fairly healthy. So
you know, gourmet popcorn is very, very in right now.
It is.
And you can imagine it can be very pricey and expensive to go to those gourmet places and get those fancy popcorns. Here's a way for you to unleash your creativity and do it yourself. With Lekue.
Okay, I'm gonna show you what I'm unleashing, and this is gonna gross you out. I'm sorry, I'm about to ruin microwave popcorn for you. If you buy these in the store and you keep them in their pantry for however long, have you ever ripped it open to see what's on the inside? Okay, they call that butter, but the problem is it's been in my pantry for several months, so it can't really be butter or it wouldn't be able to be sitting in my pantry. There's a long list of confusing chemicals, preservatives, and ingredients I don't understand on the outside, and why do I wanna feed that to either myself or my family? It's gross, isn't it? You've never done that before, have you?
No, I haven't. Well, I've seen a lot of news stories regarding bagged popcorn.
So we're done with this.
I don't want to beat up on it, but I don't eat it.
We're not going to do it.
This is a healthy way to do it. You'll know what's going on. Besides the fact that if you are trying to watch your calorie intake, you might want to use a little bit of butter. You certainly don't necessarily want to have butter that's been in a package for the last 6 months.
You certainly don't.
And look at all the different flavors. We've got fantasy movie popcorn, classic movie, adventure movie, Bollywood. You can add sweets. You can add savories. You can add herbs to popcorn. You can make it a little bit spicy. You can make a big old bowl, like you're gonna make now with your Lekue, and it's gonna be guiltless because remember, popcorn is gluten-free. You don't have to worry about all of the extra calories because you get a large portion with very few calories, as we've talked about. And it satisfies that crunch that some of us really desire and need to have in our diet.
And I keep getting back to the texture. The texture of the air-popped popcorn is just a little different. So one of the things Lekue has done is they're giving us, well, hold on, I'm dialing it up still. They're giving us a fun little recipe book, and there are 4 great recipes in there. And this one is called adventure movie. So we did a little salt, did a little sugar, I did a little butter because that's gonna help hold it on together. And then, you remember the old-fashioned snack that used to come in that red box, has some peanuts in it? Okay, this is the elevated gourmet, clean version of that. Because yes, I'm using some honey, but I'm not using a million unrecognizable ingredients, and I'm gonna top it with some peanuts. So this is the way to make that snack that comes in the red and white box.
That looks so good.
That is so great. And you know what? If you want to change the type of nut, you could throw in almonds. If you are worried about allergies, this is a way that you can custom make your own snack mixes so that it's whatever works for your family. This exact recipe does come to you with the Lekue popcorn maker, but the ideas and the honey, just take a tiny little bit. I know you're trying to be good, but you got to taste the sweet and salty and the way it goes together.
All right, let me try
This is one of 4 really cool recipes that comes with this. I had not thought of this on my own, but I can't stop eating it.
That's worth it alone. That's delicious.
Isn't that great? So you start to realize with popcorn as a base, you can do anything.
That's so good you could sell it. Honestly.
I love it. And you know what, speaking of selling it, lots of times we order
that's that good.
We order those big tins of popcorn for gifts. First of all,
I've done it.
Those are very expensive. Second of all, when do you think they popped that popcorn? How long ago was that? Before it gets to you in the tin.
Do you know those tins are about $30?
They are.
They're expensive.
And popcorn itself isn't.
Okay, so here's what you should know. You're going to get the Lekue Collapsible Microwave Popcorn Maker. This guide that comes along with it is really terrific.
Isn't that fun?
Look at what they've done here. So they've laid everything out for you. So you've got your classic movie recipe, your Bollywood movie recipe,
little curry,
fantasy movie,
little herby,
and then you've got your adventure movie, which is the one that we just made.
Yeah, the honey and peanuts.
I would start there.
We had her there.
That was really, really good.
Fun
so
surprise.
Something sweet when you need a little something sweet, something a little savory when you need it. But healthy, which is what we want at the end of the day.
Your base is healthy, and that's what I like. Even if we doll this up, even if we put a little herb in it, we're gonna put a little cheese on this one, we're still using a healthy base. And that's what's important to me, because I know that, okay, let's make this one. This one is gonna be garlic Parmesan, all right? So I'm gonna start with a little bit of butter. Just a little bit. And then we're gonna use a little garlic salt.
You can control the amount of butter that you put on it instead of what they have in the packagings. By the way, if you'd like to have it, we've got a 4-minute clock up. Over 1,100 people have ordered. What a wonderful way, as we are still at the beginning of 2018, to make healthy, delicious snacks for you and your family. That you don't have to worry about all the preservatives, all the stuff that we can't pronounce on the back of the bags that you buy at the supermarket.
This is clean eating. And you know what I just put on top here? I want to be sure you see this. This is fresh Parmesan. So we're gonna make a cheese popcorn, but we're gonna make it with actual cheese. You know, not that stuff that glows in the dark that you buy prepackaged. This is how to have those snacks that you may crave, but how to have them clean, how to have them fresh, and how to have them great tasting. So I just made my own garlic Parmesan popcorn with fresh Parmesan cheese.
And I love the big bowl. I mean, this is how much you're gonna get out of each portion. So it makes quite a bit at one time, which is terrific. All you're gonna do is pop it right in the microwave. You'll be able to hear it pop. And I'm gonna try this recipe. Remember, all these are recipes that come along with it, but you can find tons and tons of recipes on the website.
Exactly.
You can do some fun things here like we've done. So if you're having a little bit of a party and you wanna be able to make some fun snacks.
Yeah, let's talk about this, because this is how I did the Valentine's Day theme we started with. So these candy discs, they sell in any big box store. They're very inexpensive, and they come in a million colors. So we made this one called Cotton Candy Popcorn. And so we've got the blues and the pinks, and you can see we put a little sprinkle in there, because once there's something that it can adhere to, that's easy to do. But if you're doing a graduation party, you're getting ready for Easter, you've got kids on teams, and you want to do an end of the year party, you can customize your popcorn, put them in little gift bags. These are the kind of things that most of us hire out, order, you know, because you think, oh, I just don't have time, I'm not creative. So simple. Within minutes, you can make bags and bags of popcorn. You can color them any way you want. Same with popcorn balls. Have you ever bought one of those at the store? You can break a tooth trying to take a bite. So make it yourself. Use fresh marshmallows, put in your own custom candies, get it into a ball, and again, it's just another
I love the idea of
way.
these for even Valentine's Day.
Exactly, because again, it's better than a big, huge box of chocolates.
Those are so cute, and what wonderful party favors those will make. make.
And you're doing it yourself. You know, you're saving tons of money because you can buy popcorn in most of the stores in bulk so that you're able to get a lot of it for inexpensive. And of course, there's the old-fashioned caramel corn. You can make your own caramel. You can use the butter sauces. You can do anything you want to do.
And what a little cute presentation. You can find these little buckets at any like little arts and crafts.
Sell them, arts and crafts, absolutely.
And it becomes so adorable. Now with over 1,300 gone, if you'd like to shop with us, we're chomping at the bits to literally share these with you, by the way. Lekue is a company that's been around since 1980, and they bring to us such cool, innovative, easy, high-quality products to enjoy the foods that we love.
Exactly. I want to tell you a little bit about the silicone. This is called platinum silicone. It comes to you flat like this with the lid on top. I love it because it's easy to store. You know, it doesn't take up a ton of room. I'm not dealing with another appliance. It pops right out for easy use. But the reason it's labeled platinum silicone is actually graded. The platinum level is what they use, for instance, in baby bottle nipples, in medical supplies. So this is top of the line silicone. Lekue is a company from Spain. We've actually already launched a steamer here on HSN with them. It did amazingly well. We can't keep them in stock because it's a product that does exactly what it is supposed to do. Easy to store, easy to use, and each and every time I end up with picture perfect popcorn. And then my kitchen creativity gets to take over from there.
Over 400 have been ordered. I can't stop eating it. You know, there's such a dramatic difference between eating the stuff that's on the shelves in the supermarket versus just fresh. The fresh Parmesan, the fresh herbs, the fresh butter. I mean, it's just second to none. I mean, there really is no substitute. And so what an affordable way for you to be able to bring some excitement back into movie night in your family's lives and to be able to have fun. Is there a specific time that we should leave this in?
You know, it pretty much depends on your microwave. I've been going about 230. So I would say for most microwaves, if you're doing the first line, which is a 1/4 cup in the popcorn maker, or the second line, which is a 1/2 cup, you'll probably need to add about 30 seconds. So between 230 and 3 minutes, we'll take care. It's gonna take a little testing because everybody's microwave is different. But you see all you do is dump it in, turn around, and good to go when the popcorn starts to slow down.
And make sure you have plenty of eaters.
Because you can see that in a matter of minutes, I've been able to make a lot. All right, I'm gonna mix together one more for you. Because I keep thinking I can make a one you're gonna like even better.
Bowl?
Nope, I am good to go. We're gonna make this one here. This is also in the recipe book, and it is called Fantasy Movie. It's more of a savory one, and it's using fresh herbs. So if you know you have a favorite herb, you can flavor this any way you want. But I honestly would not have thought about combining tarragon, chive, and parsley. And when I first read it, I thought, well, that's a little different, but oh my, when you taste the different herbs blended together with the freshness and the lightness of the air popped kernels. Again, everything about this is a clean, savory snack, and you don't have to feel bad if you suddenly have eaten a cup or two of popcorn. That totals less than 100 calories.
Oh my gosh.
Even a little light in butter.
That's
I mean, do you smell the aromatic of the fresh herbs? There is nothing you can buy pre-packaged that even begins to touch this. And the ease of use and the creativity that I can do on the backside is amazing. You're feeling Italian? Use a little basil, garlic, and Parmesan. You're feeling sweet?
Wow, that is delicious.
Little brown sugar, maybe?
And all of these recipes come along with the book.
Absolutely.
A great gift to give to someone. If you'd like to pick it up, all you have to do is give us a call. You can order on